Hello, I'm Liviu Balan, and today I will speak about the Git Reset command. So let's get started. First, before proceeding in this tutorial, as you can see, here I'm on a virtual machine, and if I type ls-al, you will see that I'm inside of a directory which is empty. In order to follow this tutorial, what I want you to do first is to copy and paste these commands, and I will explain you what these commands are doing. If I type ls, you will see that here I'm having 3 files, and if I type ls-al, you will see that .git directory is created. Now, if I type git status, you will see that I'm on the master branch with nothing to commit, and the working directory is clean. If I type git log, you will see that 4 commits are listed here. So, what these commands are doing? First, a git repo is created, and then 3 files, file-1, 2, and 3.txt with hello world string inside of it. Next, all these files are added to Git and then are committed using this message. So the message here comes from this command and is the first commit inside of our current repository. Next, the file -1.txt is altered, so inside of this file the string hello people is appended. So if I type cut, for example, file-1.txt, you will see that first hello world is written here, and then hello people on a different line. So hello people comes from here, and next the file-1 is added to Git and then committed using this message. So the commit here comes from here. Okay, the same process is followed, but for different files, file-2 and file-3.txt. So for now, in our current repository, we have 3 files, file-1, 2, and 3.txt, and 4 commits. Next, after you've done these steps, you can follow this tutorial. Okay, so let's speak a little about the git reset command. What the git reset command is doing is to reset the current head to the specified state. If you want to understand how the head works in Git and to check out and to take some more info about this, you can visit my tutorial on liviubala.com on Git head explained, or you can check out my YouTube channel and search for this tutorial, Git head explained. Okay, if you are comfortable with the git head term, we can move forward. First thing that I want to do before doing any git reset is to save your git log output to a file, and my recommendation is to save it on a file external relative to your current Git repository. You will see in a moment why. So I will use this command to save the output of the git log inside of git-log.txt located in my current home directory. Hit enter, and now if I use vi to see the content of my git-log.txt, you will see the content of this file. As you see, I have opened here another tab of my current terminal, and you will see in a moment why. So I will come back here to my current repo directory, and now let's perform a first git reset command. What I want you to know is that when you are using a git reset command, you have different modes. During this tutorial, I will speak about 3 popular git reset modes, which are the soft mode here, the mixed mode, and the hard mode. You will see in a moment what is the difference between them. So if I use git log here and then git status, you will see that nothing is modified here, and we have the 4 commits that I explained to you at the beginning of the tutorial. Now, the first type of the git reset command that I will perform is the soft mode. So what the soft mode is? This does not touch the index file nor the working tree at all, but resets the head to the commit just like all modules do. This leaves all your changed files. This leaves all your changed files, changes to be committed, as git status would put it. Maybe it's a little hard to understand what this sentence is telling you, but I will show you an example to understand better how git reset soft is working. So in order to perform git reset soft, I will type git reset -- soft, and then a commit ID. As you saw earlier, here I've put it a git log, and for each commit that I've created, we have a different commit ID. In order to perform a git reset, I will have to specify a commit ID, and I can specify it in 2 ways. The first way is to specify the full commit ID, or I can specify a part of the commit ID starting at the beginning. So I will type git reset -- soft, and then a part of the commit ID starting at the beginning. Okay, now if I hit the enter key and then type git status, you will see that both file 2 and 3 were modified. This is because the head of the head were moved here, and at this step file -2 and file -3 weren't modified. Now if I use git log, you will see that the last 2 commits aren't listed because the head is now resetted here. Instead, if I use git diff dash dash staged, I am able to see the changes between the commit ID here and the previous commit ID here. So as you saw, here file-2 and file-3 were modified, and hello people were added to them. Now, maybe it's not something that I want to do to reset the head pointer to this commit ID, and what I want to do next is to go back to the commit ID here. In order to do this, if I'm on this stage here, I don't know the commit ID that I want to reset. So now I will go to the other tab that I've opened here, and I will use this commit ID in order to apply another reset to revert the changes, to revert the reset. So in order to do this, I will use git reset dash dash soft, and then I will use a part of this commit. Let's say this one. But before doing this, I will type a git status. See the changes here, the change file here, the change files here, and perform a git diff dash dash staged. And now, if I use the command here that I've shown you and hit the enter key, now if I use git status, you'll see that no changes are listed here, and if I use git log, you'll see the previous 4 commits that I've shown you at the beginning of the tutorial. So, a good idea before performing any git reset command is always to save the output of the git log command. If you have the output of the git log command inside of the file, you can move the head pointer of your git anywhere where you want. But in order to move the git head pointer, you have to know the commit ID, where you want to move it. Okay, the next mode that you can use the git reset command is the mixed mode. This resets the index but not the working tree. The change files are preserved but not marked for commit, and reports what has not been updated. In Git, this is the default mode in Git reset. So let's see an example. In order to perform git reset mixed, I will type git reset dash dash mixed and then a commit ID. I will use the same commit ID that I've previously used here, but I will use the full commit ID. So I will reset the git head pointer to this commit ID, but I will perform a mixed mode. Hit the enter key, and now if I use git status, you'll see that the files are not on my staging index, but instead are on my working directory. You will see that the files were modified, and if I use a git log, you'll see that instead of 2 commits, I have only 2 commits. And from here, from this commit ID, the git head pointer were moved here. Now, as I told you, the Git in Git Reset, the default mode is the mixed mode. If you want to convince yourself, let's type again a git status and let's add, let's say, file-2.txt to git. Now, if I use git status again, you will see here that in order to unstage a file from Git, you will use the git reset head and then the file name. But as I told you, whenever you use a git reset command, you will have a mode that you will use it. Because no mode is specified here, by default, Git is performing a git reset mixed mode whenever you use a git reset without specifying any mode. Now, I will unstage this file by using git reset head and then the file name, and then perform a git status. And what I want to do next is, as on the previous git reset mode, to move the head pointer to the fourth commit. So I will use git reset -- mixed and then a commit ID, which is the fourth one. Use git status again, git log, and you will see that the four commits appeared here. Now I will speak about the hard mode in git reset, and be very careful when you are using this, because this is one of the few commands in Git which could help you lose some data. So use it very carefully. Okay, use git log, and as you see, all the four commits are listed here. Next, I will perform a git reset command, but before doing this, let's understand what the git reset hard is. This resets the index and the working tree. Any changes to tracked files in the working tree since the commit are discarded. So, in order to perform a git reset hard, I will use git reset -- hard and then a commit ID. I will use this one, like on the previous git reset modes. Hit the enter key, and now if I use git status, you will see that no files were changed. But if I use the git log, you will see only two commits, because from this commit ID, the head in Git were moved here. So be very careful when you use this command. As a rule, you will use this command when you are out of sync, when you want to sync with someone else repo, and so on. In order to come back to the 4 commits instead of 2, I will use git commit. I will use git reset -- hard, and then I will use the 4th commit ID here. Now, if I use git status, you will see that everything is clean. And if I use git log, you will see again the 4 commits listed here. Now, what I wanted to show you next is the following thing. I will reset the git head pointer using git reset --hard to the second commit here. Use git status, git log, and as you see here, I'm having only two commits. Next, I will create another file, commit it, add it, and commit it using the same process like here. So I will copy and paste the commands listed here. What this command is doing is to create a new file, file-4.txt, add it to git, and then commit it using this message. If I use git status, you will see that everything is clean, and type ls, you will see file-4.txt listed here. And if I use git log here, you will see that instead of 2 commits, I'm having 3 commits. Now, if I use git reset --hard and move to this file, I will move the head pointer to the 4th commit, which I shown you at the beginning of the tutorial. But as I told you earlier, before doing this, I will save the git log output to the git-log-2.txt file. Hit enter, and now perform the git reset command. Hit enter, and now if I use git status, you will see that everything is clean. But if I use git log, you will see that instead of 3 commits, I have the previous 4 commits that I've shown you at the beginning of the tutorial. Now, if I close this file and open git-log-2.txt, in order to change the git head pointer to the commit where I've added the file-4.txt, all I have to do is to use git reset hard and the commit ID from here. Hit the enter key, and now if I use git status, you will see that everything is okay, and use git log again, and as you see, I'm having 3 commits. The first 2 from the beginning of the tutorial, and the third one which I've previously added. Now, in order to reset the head pointer to the 4th commit from the beginning of the tutorial, I will use git reset --hard and then the commit ID for the 4th commit. Hit the enter key, and now if I use git status, everything is clean, and if I use git log, you will see that I'm having the 4 commits that I've shown you at the beginning of the tutorial. More info about the git reset command you can take from the manual page by typing man git-reset. Hit enter, and here you will see all the options and the modes that you can use when you perform a git reset command. So this is how git reset is working. If you want to learn more about Git, about web technologies, you can check out my website liviubalan.com and also search for my tutorials on YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.